Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. Today,
Hello.
me and Trinity, we are co-hosting along with Miss Star and Mr. Rodney. I hope everyone's had a tremendous week. And tomorrow is Friday, so I hope you guys tune in tomorrow as well. So we have actually three readers lined up for you guys tonight, and I'm so excited to be able to introduce them. But before we get into that, we will have our intro.
Look, mommy, community in action. But oh my, let us down to that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. But oh my, let us down to that. Creative, affirming, and culture for me too. Look, granny, and let us down to that. Look, granny, and let us down to that. Look, granny, and let us down to that. Learning and exploring about history, you see. Look, mommy, and let us down to that. We confident, we practice and develop fluency. Look, daddy, and let us down to that. Families, they bonding, they representing me. Look, granny, and let us down to that. Look, I'm here, let us down to that. Nice, I see, let us down to that. I'm so reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while we represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down where they have to sit. Who reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while you represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down, yeah, they have to sit. Look, mommy, give me the read in action. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Creative, affirming, culture for me too. Look, Brandy, let us down to that.
Hey, forever
So,
loving this president.
that,
Y'all know what I'm about to say. That's my what? My ring.
your
Ringtone.
ringtone.
Yes, yes. All
So,
right. That never. What did
how
you
is
say,
everyone's
Ayana?
evening? How is
Oh,
everyone's
busy.
evening?
Busy, but good. Glad to be here with the family, with the virtual village family. Mr.
Yes,
Jordan.
Yes, ma'am. I've been in Zoom meeting after Zoom meeting after Zoom meeting all week, but I'm glad to be able to join you all this evening, even after I've Zoomed all day. Be Zooming
Moving right
tomorrow.
on back to here, right? What
That's
about
right.
you, beautiful influencers? How are y'all doing?
I'm doing great today. Happy
yeah.
Thursday. Ready for the weekend.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's always great to be here. As Jameer, one of our influencers, said, it's kind of like a reprieve. We are all working hard, respectively, in what we have to do for ourselves and for our community and everything that's going on right now. And we still pushing all the right things that we need to be doing here. But we convene around this love of what? Literacy, culture, community, and love for one another. Now, influencers, y'all had another hot one last night, real quickly, because we got a full lineup tonight. But tell everybody a little bit about what we witnessed last night.
So, Trinity, you want to start off?
Yeah, I think I'll start off. So, last night we had a conversation about BET, Black Entertainment Today. And we had talked about how the media portrays us today, how the media affects our youth, and how celebrities during this time their silence is very very impactful, and then how some celebrities are out there protesting along with us, and we were just having a great discussion about that.
I most definitely agree. And everyone was engaged last night. And I continuously thank you guys for your continuous support Wednesday after Wednesday. And I look forward to next week as well.
Yes, we appreciate that village support, and they did a great job. Rodney, I know you have some things to say about that.
Look, I watched it and I put in a comment here and there, but
I saw it.
I was just letting them run and roll. I am so thankful to see our young people doing their thing. Right before I came on, I was watching some of CNN, and people were having different conversations around what they're going to do next. And the thing that entered my mind was I was going to tell the young people, y'all do your thing. Don't let old people take over what you're doing. You all are leading. You're setting the world on fire. You're doing the things that need to be done. You're talking about the issues. Keep it up and keep going.
Yes,
Thank you.
definitely. Yeah,
I
and
agree.
just seeing you guys every week just makes us feel like, oh, the future looks bright, the problem solvers, the people. And the wonderful thing about you influencers are you all are doing great things, but everything that you're doing is pointed towards community uplift. And y'all don't just talk about it. Y'all are about it with the action too. So I think that is wonderful, wonderful. Yes, so proud of you. We want to remind everybody tuned in right now that we have merch. Okay, we have merchandise. We have shirts, we have t-shirts, okay? So you guys can hop on over to Clever Communities in Action. Well, no, it's clevercommunities.org and then click shop, okay? So go to our website, clevercommunities.org, and then click shop, and you can find the merchandise that we have. We have tees, okay? And they are nice. We got a Virtual Village 2020 t-shirt. We got a Literacy Gang t-shirt, and we also have culture, community, literacy, culture, community, and love. Yes. And these are limited edition t-shirts. All right. This is about us coming together during this time as a community. These are like commemorative tees because y'all know it, everything that is going on right now and how we've built community over the last 12 years. We are going to look back at this time. We are going to remember this time. This is like how 1995 in October, the Million Man March was a monumental moment. 9/11 is a monumental moment, a time that people remember. And this COVID crisis is a time where people came together, built community, and did a lot of wonderful things despite all the challenges around us. So cop those t-shirts. All proceeds support Clever Communities in Action and our influencers. Okay, so if you like what you've been seeing here, that's clevercommunities.org and click shop and support. All right. And let's see what else we have going on here. I think we are ready for our readers, right? Are we ready to go?
So
One more thing. We are Clever Communities in Action. So we have the influencers have put out a Juneteenth challenge. That is 30 days of action items that we can do to improve our community. That is 30 days of action items, things such as speak to every Black child you see today, every youth and teenager. Don't look past them. Don't wait to acknowledge them when their names are followed by a hashtag. Show our youth love and that they matter when we see them on the streets, when we see them in our neighborhoods. So you can find that challenge on that same shop. So be a part of the challenge that the teams put out. We got to do that groundwork before we even get to that heavy lifting. All right. So now we can go on into our readers. Now, the first reader that we have tonight is someone very near and dear to my heart. I am excited to have my family. You guys are my family, but I'm excited to have my family from Talladega, Alabama, 115 Jackson Street, spending time with our grandparents' house in the summertime, listening to cicadas make noise and doing all the things the little country kids do. He is one of the younger ones, but I am so proud of him. And he is elusive on the internet. On like doing lives, like nobody in the family believed that he was coming up here, but he did, and I am honored. So I want to introduce my cousin, who I call Jay, but everybody else in the world refers to him as Simon. How are you doing, Cuzzo?
Hey, everybody. I'm glad to be here. I'm doing good. Doing good.
I am so glad to have you here. So Jay is a teacher. He teaches math, which I was like, how are you my cousin? Because I'm a right brain lady, but he teaches math and PE. And I'm going to say this before I let him talk. I think that it's really important that we have these Black male teachers. Like this is so important. And a lot of us did not see a lot of that growing up. So having you in the school system, I know has to be a wonderful thing for your students. What do you think?
I agree with that. Most of them, I am their first male teacher, first Black teacher. For most of them, they haven't seen it, especially for the guys. They really benefit a lot from it. They're at the age where they're trying to figure out how to operate as a male in the society. And I get to be, I like that I'm able to be a positive influence amongst them and in the midst of all the other influences that they have. So it's just a good experience. I enjoy it.
I love that. I love it. Now you have somebody else reading with you tonight, right?
Yes, I got my little cousin, one of my only male cousins, Michael
Okay.
Francis.
Well, let's bring Mikey up here. How are you
Hey.
doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I am doing great. Okay, I love this energy. Nobody warned me of all of this. How old are you, Mikey?
I am 10 years old.
10 years old. And where are you?
I'm Huntsville, Alabama.
Huntsville, Alabama. Alabama represent. Okay. And Jay, you are now in Florida, right?
Yes, I moved from Huntsville about 2 years ago.
Right. So we have some more tandem reading going on here across. See, we are using this technology because, like we said, COVID can't stop us. Nothing is going to stop us. Okay. So I think this is so cool that the cousins are coming up here, older cousin, younger cousin, and they're going to read together. I think that is really, really great. So, Michael, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself real quick?
Um, I like to play video games. I like to play piano, and yeah,
What grade are you in?
I am in 4th grade.
Okay. Excellent, excellent. Now there's a piano player above you. Musicians,
Yes.
say hi to each other. Y'all's musician thing. I have so much respect for musicians because I love music. It's a shame that I don't play an instrument, but I do a real mean air band. I do. Like, all of the instruments. But anyway, we'll chat with you guys a little bit after you read. Everybody wants to see you guys read. That is what they are here for. So what book are you guys reading tonight?
Henry's Freedom Box.
We're gonna read Henry. Okay, there we go.
Mikey was like, I got it. I got it. Can y'all hold that up for us?
All right.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, then. Well, we are going to step away and we're going to let you guys do your thing. Okay. Y'all ready?
Ma'am.
All right, I'll go ahead and start you off. All right. Henry's Freedom Box by Ellen Levine. Henry was a slave, and slaves weren't allowed to know their birthdays.
Henry and his brothers and sisters worked in the big house where the master lived. Henry's master had been good to Henry and his family, but Henry's mother knew things could change. Do you see those leaves blowing in the wind? They are torn away from the trees, just like slave children are torn from their families.
All right. One morning, the master called for Henry and his mother. They climbed the wide staircase. The master lay in bed with only his head above the quilt. He was very ill. He beckoned them to come closer. Some slaves were freed by their owners. Henry's heart beat fast. Maybe the master would set him free.
But the master said, "You are a good worker, Henry. I am giving you to my son. You must obey him and never tell a lie." Henry nodded, but he didn't say thank you. That would have been a lie.
Later that day, Henry watched a bird soar high above the trees. Free bird, happy bird, Henry thought. Henry said goodbye to his family. He looked across the field. The leaves swirled in the wind.
Henry worked in his new master's factory. He was good at his job. "Do not tear that tobacco leaf," the boss yelled at the boy. He poked the boy with his stick. "If you made a mistake, the boss would beat you."
All right. Henry was lonely. One day, he met Nancy, who was shopping for her mistress.
They walked and talked and agreed to meet again. Henry felt like singing, but slaves didn't dare sing in the streets. Instead, he hummed all the way home.
Months later, Henry asked Nancy to be his wife. When both their masters agreed, Henry and Nancy were married. Soon there was a little baby, then another, and another. Henry knew that they were lucky. They lived together even though they had different masters. But Nancy was worried. Her master had lost a great deal of money. I'm afraid he will sell our children, she said. Henry was very still.
Henry worked hard all morning. He tried to forget what Nancy had said.
His friend James came into the factory. He whispered to Henry, "Your wife and children were just sold at the slave market." "No," cried Henry. Henry couldn't move. He couldn't think. He couldn't work. "Twist that tobacco," the boss poked Henry. Henry twisted tobacco leaves. His heart twisted in his chest.
At lunchtime, Henry rushed to the center of town. A large group of slaves were tied together. The owner shouted at them. Henry looked for his family. "Father! Father!" Henry watched his children disappear down the road. Where was Nancy? He saw her at the same moment she saw him. When he wiped away his tears, Nancy too was gone.
Henry no longer sang. He couldn't hum. He went to work, and at night he ate supper, and he went to bed. Henry tried to think of happy times, but all he could see were the carts carrying away everyone he loved. Henry knew he would never see his family again.
Many weeks passed. One morning, Henry heard singing. A little bird flew out of a tree into the open sky, and Henry thought about being free. But how? As he lifted a crate, he knew the answer. He asked James and Dr. Smith to help him. Dr. Smith was a white man who thought slavery was wrong. They met early the next day, and at an empty warehouse. Henry arrived with a box. "I will mail myself to a place where there is no slaves," he said. James started at the box, then at Henry. "What if you cough and someone hears you?" "I will cover my mouth and hope," Henry said.
All right. Dr. Smith wrote on the box, "To William H. Johnson, Arch Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania." Henry would be delivered to friends in Philadelphia. Then he printed on the crate in big letters, "This side up with care."
Henry needed an excuse to stay home, or the work boss would think he had run off. James pointed to Henry's sore finger, but Henry knew that it wasn't enough. He opened a bottle of oil of vitriol. "No!" cried James. Henry poured it on his hand. It burned his skin to the bone. Now the boss would have to let him stay home. Dr. Smith bandaged Henry's hand. They arranged to meet the next morning at 4:00.
The sun was not yet up when Henry climbed into the box. "Ready," he said. James nailed down the lid. Dr. Smith and James drove to the station. The railway clerk tipped the box over and nailed a paper to the bottom. Dr. Smith begged the clerks to be careful, but they didn't listen. They threw the box in the baggage cart.
Hours passed. Henry was lifted up and thrown again. Upside down, he heard waves splashing. This must be the steamboat headed for Washington, D.C. The ship rode smoothly, but Henry was still upside down. Blood rushed to his head. His face got hot. His eyes ached. He thought his head would burst, but he was afraid to move. Someone might hear him.
I'm tired of standing, someone said. Why don't we move the box and sit on it? Said another. Henry held his breath. Could they be talking about his box?
Henry was pushed. The box scraped the deck. Now he was on his right side, now on his left, and suddenly right side up.
What do you think is here? Said the first man. Mail, I guess, said the other. I am mail, though, Henry. I am mail, thought Henry, but not the kind they imagined. Henry was carried off to the steamboat and placed in the railroad car, this time head up. He fell asleep in the rattling song of the train wheels.
He awoke to a loud knocking. Henry, are you all right in there? All right, he answered. The cover was pried open. Henry stretched and stood up. Foreman smiled at him. Welcome to Philadelphia.
At last, Henry had a birthday. March 30th, 1849, his first day of freedom. And from that day on, he also had a middle name. Everyone called him Henry Box Brown. And that is the story of Henry Box Brown.
That was excellent. Oh, I love everything about that. Wow. So I don't know where to start. So first of all, it was an excellent story. Second, so Michael, you said you're how old?
10.
10. Okay, but you're reading like you're like 30. Like really with all the inflection in your voice, and you know how you really got into character with this. Like we felt that story. We felt that you were an awesome reader. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna need you right now. Everybody, let's give Michael a hand. Like, yeah, you did that. You did that, and you are getting so much love in the comment section, both of you. Jay, this was wonderful to see you up here with your younger cousin, your younger boy cousin, two of you all, the bond that y'all have together, and the visuals of Black man and Black boy reading together. Okay, y'all, all the feels, okay? Everything about this is important, and it is an embodiment of what the virtual village and what Clever Communities in Action is all about. Oh my goodness. So, let's see. I'm just taken aback. And then I'm excited because my little cousin is up here. Are we gonna run through these comments? It's a lot. Y'all got a lot of love here. I'm gonna try to grab some of them.
He's like he's 30.
65240 says, great job, Jay and Mikey. Melvin Marlo Francis says, superb job, Jay and Mike. I love the male bond. Danelle says, great illustrations in this book. Hey, Danelle. And then Miss Regina says, big cousins are the best. Danelle says, Michael and Simon, you make a great team. Hashtag teamwork. Portia says, what a great story. What great readers. Thank you for blessing us this evening. Let's see. Oh, I know this lady. She says, good job, son and nephew. Hey, auntie. And one of our influencers says, this is an amazing story. I remember when I first learned about this. That is Professor Q. Thank you for tuning in, influencer. So there's just a lot of love. You guys got I don't know if we even have time to go through all of this love that y'all got, but just know that you are thoroughly loved and everybody enjoys you. Did you guys, influencers or Mr. Rodney, have anything you want to say to them?
I thought you guys did a tremendous job. You guys are both phenomenal readers, and I enjoyed the story. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
You're
I think,
Thank you
think
for having us.
yeah,
Thank you
because
for
I think the Literacy Gang said it well with all the great comments. You both were excellent. So I like the yin and the yang, and I'm about to learn about this family Alabama Florida connection thing y'all got going.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful. I really appreciate you doing that, Jay. And again, Michael, you did a wonderful job. Jay, Michael, was there anything you guys wanted to say about the story or anything before you leave us?
What was your favorite part, Mike?
My favorite part was when he got to Philadelphia, when he was finally free.
Amen.
Okay. I would like to say I enjoyed the opportunity to read with my little cousin, and just to be a good role model and just be in his life. So I appreciate this opportunity.
That's what's up, Lion. Yes. We we love you being here. Again, I am proud of you. Like the way you were proud of him and feeling, that's how I feel about you. So just so glad to have you here. Good to see you. Michael, it was so good to meet you. You are the cousin of my cousin, so we are cousins. And before you guys go, there's something that has to be done, okay? This has to happen before you can leave. So I want to let you guys know that you are officially members of our literacy gang, okay? You are now part of the literacy gang. Our gang convenes around a love of literacy, culture, community, and overall love for each other. So that means you cannot escape this love. Anytime that you want to come back up here and read or join us in the comment section, you are welcome, and we are just gonna love on you guys all the time, okay? You are in the game. Love, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. You're welcome. So hope to have you back, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Y'all have a great evening.
You too.
You too.
That was wonderful. That was so wonderful. You guys, like, you know how your family, when you're around each other a lot, when you're little and grandparents are still alive, I know you can probably relate to this, Rodney, and the family convenes a lot. So that's how we were growing up. And then, you know, when my grandmother passed away, the family doesn't convene all the time like that. But I grew up with him. Like, I remember when he was little enough for us to literally throw Jay around. And he's like a grown man now doing wonderful things in the community and making an impact with the youth and his family. So the way he was looking at his little cousin, that's just how I feel about him. So this was great. This was wonderful. I could go on and on about that, but I'm gonna move on. So next up, we have our princess. We have our princess, our young lady who does all things and does them extraordinarily. Every time I turn around, I find out that she has a new talent. We have already seen how regal she is when she comes up here and reads. We have already seen how she acts, and she does like comedic and dramatic acting. So the other day I saw that she knows how to do hair. She can braid. I was like, listen now. She has all the skills. Y'all know who this is, right? Who is this, y'all?
Shania.
Our baby girl, Shania. Let's bring her on. Hi, Shania. So glad to see you.
Glad to see you too.
How are you doing?
Well, how are you doing?
Doing well and just better now. It just keeps getting better. Now we're seeing our beautiful Shania. Love your hair.
Thank you.
Yes,
You're welcome. Yes. So what book are you reading for us tonight?
I'm going to be reading the book Woke. I read this, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to read a few more poems from this book. And also, can I read my poem that I wrote a couple of days ago?
Are you really asking? You know, this is your literacy game. Yes, you may. We would love to hear you read that. Like, totally delighted. So please do.
Look, we know we have team takeover and Shania. We know when you come, it's Shania takeover. So you're all right.
Hey, yes. So with that said, I know now everybody is like dying to hear this original Shania literary work. So we're gonna step away and let you do your thing, baby girl. Okay. All right.
So I heard about this video of a black man that couldn't breathe. I heard his neck was compromised and held down by a knee. I heard the name George Floyd. Was it him that couldn't breathe? Was it his neck being pressed down by another person's knee? I heard a police officer did this. Wait, he's supposed to protect and serve, not put his knee on the neck. He's got a lot of nerve. I heard something about a $20 bill that probably was fake. Then I heard the store owner may have made a mistake. I heard about the protesters and the looting too. I heard about the riots, racism, and the early curfews. I heard it's a lot going on, but I hear just bits and pieces. Things are out of control. I just can't believe this. I'm not allowed to watch it because I'm told it's too graphic. My mind is so innocent and my thoughts are protected. So I'll end this message with words that stick to me. No justice, no peace. I can't breathe.
Okay, so we have to come back and clap. Oh wow. Oh wow. I went in and had to bring these out in a minute. That was wonderful, sweetie. So when did you write that?
Mister, I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now? Somebody else
She
can
was
y'all
asking you when did you write it? Can you hear any of us?
You
Oh
can.
no. She
Just-
can't hear us. Let's try this. Let's see if we take her off and bring her back. Can you hear us now? I don't know what's going on. You're not gonna ruin this technology. So let's see.
Why don't we put her back center stage and let her do her continue to read, and then we'll see if we can get back with her afterwards.
Right.
Okay. So he can be heard. Y'all can still hear her. Okay. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that.
So I'm going to be reading the book Woke. Two poems from the book Woke. And the next by Mahogany L. Brown. Things should be different. We must keep our eyes on the prize. The prize is a good life. The good life smells like true freedom. True freedom is a song we should all be able to sing. It will happen in the hills of Appalachia. It will happen in the streets of Brooklyn. It will happen in the vines of Detroit. Discrimination will no longer be tolerated. Hate will have nowhere to hide. Powerful and meek, strong and brilliant, all of us combined as one. This is when the sky will break open its blue, blue wings, and we will celebrate its lush song. The Good Body by Elizabeth Acevedo. You know your joints that bend and straighten, your mouth and ears and eyes, your limbs that lengthen as you reach for earth or clouds. You know your hair that may be coils, upward stretching or falls straight down your back. Your body can be a jungle gym of movement. Your body can be a chapel of quietude. Your body can roll and grow like a long sentence. Your body can be like small, mighty punctuation. Your body can be incense and metal. Adorned with wheels, it can need medicine and extra support. Sometimes your body makes you angry or sad because it doesn't look how you want it to, or it doesn't do what you like it to, because it might have limits that you want to move beyond. But remember, even on the days you aren't feeling yourself, your body is always a good body because it carries the good in you. I'm gonna read one more. Instructions on Listening to the Trees by Mahogany L. Brown. When you are a part of a community, you have to think about others. Think about the sun and how it smells sweet authority. Think about the ecosystem and how the leaves dress the tree trunks, surviving from the kindness of the sun. Yes, the sun and trees have communities all their own. And aren't we a part of their community too? Benefiting from the oxygen and water. It creates new life. The water is alive and it's gift-giving. Think of how it feeds the roots. Like any true community, we must nourish and care for one another if we are to grow. So I listen to the trees when the wind dances near, and I listen to the neighbor dogs singing to the moon. The moon is high because of the water. How amazing. And this is when I remember home. The way my friends ring the doorbell to come outside and play. The way a car slows down when a ball rolls in its way. The way we make jokes about the TV show and share our fears. The way we look up sadly when the street lights come on. We all are part of someone else's journey. That's the way communities are built. Each root sprawling toward the edge of infant smile. And that's all I'm going to be reading for today.
That was excellent. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Yes. Well, we got to rewind a little bit and talk about this wonderful original literary work that you wrote there. That was quite touching. So when did you write that?
About 4 days ago.
Okay. That was really, really powerful. So I see you write poetry, you write stories, you do it all. I don't know if you were able to see all the love that you got in this comment section. I want to ask, so we have two poetesses here. Ayana, what did you think of Shania's poem?
Okay, so let me just say this. So I always see you in the comments every show. And I really appreciate your support. And I've always wanted to be up here with you. So I was excited when Ms. Star told me that we were hosting Thursday. So first of all, it's really nice to meet you. Second of all, your poem was amazing. Just from the very start and then the ending, that was moving. And I was thinking, since we both write poetry, then what we could do is we could get into contact with one another, and then I can help you with whatever you need help with, and we can just be a team if you would like to do that.
Okay, that sounds very good.
Wonderful. You guys remind me of each other, actually. Both of you are regal in your presentation, and both of you are poets and do a lot of different things. So I think that would be a wonderful connection. I love it. I love that. Y'all keep making my night, okay?
You might add Zuri and you got a little trio going.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Look, Rodney, this is the thing we need, right? After
That's
the
right.
days we have, this is wonderful, wonderful. Wow. This is what the community needs. That is wonderful. I know you have something to say about her poem, Rodney.
Well, like I, see, I'm speechless. Ayana said it well, and you said it too. I mean, just the presentation. I'm just amazed how this talent. 4 days ago something pops into your mind, and then today you're just speaking it, and you spoke it so well, and it was on time. And to be honest with you, I was hoping that our sound was going to mess up, and you would read it again.
I am with that. I am so with that. And so, Shania, remind everybody how young you are.
I'm 10 years old.
Did y'all hear that? She's 10. Okay. If you did not know, she is 10. And I keep saying I'm waiting for the birth certificate because the way that she carries herself and all the things that she knows how to do and how she reads, I'm like, she's really 35. She ages backwards. She just aged backwards on us. That's all. But she is wonderful. Shania and her grandmother, and I see your grandma and your dad are in the comments showing you love tonight. And let's go and talk about some of the other love that she's getting tonight. Influencers, y'all gonna grab her comments? You gotta scroll.
It is a lot of comments in here for you. Oh my
grab
God.
Grab some of them that stand out to you.
Okay.
Go, Shania.
We got Yes Ma'am, Love It from our very own Professor Q. Okay, I like this. You are so talented, Shania, with a moving piece. No one can say our youth aren't paying attention to what's happening. Kudos, little lady. Aw. Good job. From Professor Q. Yes, ma'am, you did that. Whoa, get like Shania dropped the whole mic. Just drop. You go, girl. Nice reading, Shania. I love to watch and hear you read. Shania, when you become old enough in teen years, you could be, literacy, a virtual village, a virtual village 20, 25, 26, whichever year, you are going to do amazing.
I agree.
Definitely.
You did a wonderful job.
Oh, you still going? Keep going. Sure to go.
You sure?
I just got a question for Shania when you finish.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that tonight, Shania. I love the networking between Ayana and Shania. Hope to see you reading your poem on one of the morning TV shows soon. Yes. 10 years old. Isn't she amazing? Yes, a firecracker at 10. This world is not ready for this amazing little lady. Yes.
Better get ready. Get ready, world.
No, Shania, you will do big things in this world. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Yes. Complimenting and supporting each other is amazing. Yes, we have to do that.
So Shania, I want to go back to something you shared in the poem when you said that you're 10 years old and that you are not allowed to observe all of the violence, is what I believe I heard you say. Speak to that for a minute, because I think that's a very interesting point and important point. Just share a little bit about what that means to you. Who is determining that what's appropriate, and how you are able to still capture the moment in your poem, even as you may not have witnessed all the things that others are seeing?
I hear it sometimes when I'm like walking past the room or something. I'll hear it on the TV. So that's where I like get it from. I just write stuff down in the poem and like that's
So what was explained to you in terms of what you are allowed to observe and what you are not allowed to observe?
I'm not allowed to watch the violence, as he was like his knee in the neck. I am not allowed to watch any of that because that's a lot of violence and going on.
So I just think, as we talk about our history and our legacy and finding that balance between what we share with our children, but at the same time, Star, you were talking about being at your grandmother's house with your family, and you know that when the adults were in the room, sometimes they would tell the children, "You all have to leave. This is grown folk time." Well, I just appreciate the fact that that Shania, in reading her poem, shared that legacy and that what do you want to say, that heritage is still with us, even as we are recognizing our young people for their engagement, and at the same time talking to them about these important issues. So that really struck me, and I just wanted to get Shania to talk about that a little bit.
I like the fact that she was able to explain that she is protected, which falls right in alignment with what you're saying. She said, "I am protected." And it's wonderful when our babies are protected at home. And we as a community, we as a village, I always say we don't need any sideline villagers. We are supposed to be active villagers. And even in our 30-day Juneteenth challenge, we talk about in there. It's an action item. So we have to make sure that our little ones like Shania are protected. We're protecting her right now, but I guarantee you, when I meet you in person, and anytime I ever see you, you're protected around me. I wish somebody would. So, and that is physically, mentally, emotionally, all of those things. And same thing for you, Ayana and Trinity. That is our job as villagers. And I know I take it extremely seriously.
Absolutely.
So I hope the rest of you adults do as well. And I hope you all feel protected and loved.
That's right.
So was there, now also you read another piece from the Woke Book, which I'm glad you did because we enjoyed when you read that last time as well. But I think your original work kind of overshadowed the other. We were just so impressed by what you wrote at 10 years young, but we enjoyed that. And like I said, I've just never seen a more she makes me want to get my posture together. Everybody do it. Posture check. All right. Shania is here. But that was wonderful, sweetie. Did you have anything else you wanted to share with us before you leave us?
I just want to say thank you for all the love. And thank you.
You are very welcome. We love you, and you know that you are welcome back here. This is your spot. This is your literacy game. So we love seeing you in the comment section all the time. And anytime you want to come back here, you're welcome, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. And hi, Grandma. Hi. All right, then, sweetie. Well, you have a good evening, okay?
Okay, you too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. That's our girl.
It's so powerful.
She is. Oh my gosh, just so multi-talented. And like you said, a powerhouse. Goodness, influencers. She is excellent. And she's watching you guys too. She's watching you all. And I love what you did right now. Yeah, I love that you made that connection. So this is great. So now we are moving on to our last but not least at all, final reader of the night. So are you gonna do? Oh, okay. We're having to do a little transition here for a minute. So are you going to do the introduction?
I sure can. So this young lady right here, she's also 10 years old. Her name is Sahira Askew, and she actually wrote her own book. Tell them what the title is.
The Selfish Dog.
Can you hear her?
What?
You said her own book.
Yes.
Hold it up, please.
And she wrote her own illustrations as well.
Aww.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, we cannot wait to hear this. So you're going to read for us tonight? You're going to read this original work for us?
Yes.
Aren't we lucky? We feel so special that we get to hear this. We are excited to have you reading. You're reading with your big sister. Wow. Wow. So everybody wants to hear this. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to step away and let you read this original literary work, okay?
Okay.
Oh.
The Dog That Was Selfish. Written and illustrated by Zahira Askew.
Here, let me move out of your way so you can have the spotlight.
One day there lived a dog that was very selfish. He would not share with anyone at all. One day a cat came to the dog's doorstep and asked if she could have any pie. The dog said no, he would not let her in. Then when she had coconuts he really wanted, he said to the cat, "Can I have some coconuts?" The cat said, "No, you selfish dog. You want everything for yourself." The selfish dog started crying. One day he went out to the woods to get some berries, and he saw this big bear. He said, "You selfish dog, you took all the berries. Other animals want to eat berries, and you took all of it." The next day he went for a walk, and on the walk he ate some carrots. Then a rabbit came out of his hole and said, "Why are you taking all the carrots?" He said, "Other animals want to crunch on them." The selfish dog said, "I can get whatever I want." The rabbit said, "You selfish dog, you have to learn your lesson. Come with me and let me show you something." They were finally there. The rabbit said, "This is where all the selfish animals live, and they can tell you something about being selfish." The selfish dog walked up to a door and knocked. There was a mole standing there. Then he spoke. "What do you need?" said the mole. The selfish dog said, "Can you tell me about being selfish?" "Come inside," said the mole. "So you want to know about being selfish?" The dog said, "Yes, I do." "Well then, come sit down," said the mole. He started to speak. "Being selfish is a bad thing because no one will share with you, and this is what happened to me. I was so selfish nobody wanted to share with me, and people stopped liking me, started not to play with me, and not share their lunch with me. So why are you here?" The dog said, "Because I am selfish to everyone." "Oh, I see," said the mole. "Well, don't be selfish because nobody will like you. So did you learn your lesson? Not so selfish dogs anymore," said yes. The mole said, Good now. Never be selfish again." The dog said, "Thanks for teaching me not to be selfish." The mole said, "Anytime." The dog said goodbye to the mole and started walking back home, and he was finally there and said sorry to his friends for being selfish. His friends said it was okay. They all shared, and well, the dog learned his lesson. So boys and girls, don't ever be selfish. The end.
Yes.
Oh wow, I wasn't ready. Ooh, wow. Well, that was again. I'm trying to figure out what to say first. Oh, wow. So that was amazing. Let's start with that. Then that was amazing. You wrote that story. You illustrated the story. Then you read it so well. Then you read it with so much like, you were bold with reading. There was no hesitation. You were like, I am reading my book for you all tonight. And did that story resonate? Yes, it did. Your story had a moral to it. At 10 years young. My goodness. Wow. Okay. Let me ask a question because I'm a little overwhelmed right now. What was your motivation when you wrote that story?
Well, because I want to be a veterinarian and I love dogs and cats.
Wow. Wow. Well, it had a great moral to it as well. I really like that. It taught a lesson, and then it was so creative with the animals. And it flowed very well too. Like, this actually needs to be published. Y'all, this is a household that we got to get published there. But that was wonderful. Rodney, I know you have something. I'm still trying to get myself together.
I'm right there with you. I'm going to turn it over to Trinity and let her do her thing because, I know the father, so I know all the talent came from the mother. So go ahead, Trinity.
I loved it. I'm so proud of you. I remember like when we would hang out when we were kids. And she was just a baby, and now she's all grown up, writing books and illustrating and having a moral to a story. I loved it. I'm so proud of you.
Yes, we weren't ready for all of that, sweetie. That was really, really great. I thoroughly enjoyed your story. Somebody said in the comment section, 10-year-olds are killing the game tonight. Like, y'all came through tonight. The 10-year-olds were like, hey, look, influencers, we love y'all, but we got something to say, okay? We are making our mark in this literacy game, in this culturally affirming literature world, and you definitely did that. That was beyond phenomenal. Again, as Trinity said, I am so proud of you. Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Yes. So how long ago did you write that?
It was when I was in 3rd grade.
Okay. So and you're in 4th grade or 5th grade? 4th grade now? Okay. So you wrote that last year. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Well, we really loved it and we appreciate you coming up here. Rodney, have you gotten your bearings together yet?
Well, as you were talking, I was just sitting here thinking is this week 12 or is this week 11? Week 12?
12.
Wow. Week 12. So all the things that we thought about 13, 14 weeks ago, you've had it tonight. You've got a brilliant young original author that just shared something. We had another, one 10-year-old, we had another 10-year-old just before her. Brought it, talked about the protection of her family, talked about her grandmother. We had a dynamic duo of young males working together, family, culturally affirming, uplifting, all the things that we thought at all different ages, at all different ranges, something for the young kids, something for the adults, everything that we talked about in terms of what has turned into this literacy gang in Virtual Village. That's what we were talking about 14 weeks ago, and we just got it all tonight. And, as usual, the Askies have knocked it out the park. And everyone that's come up here tonight has just brought so much passion and joy. Michael was great. We can't forget Michael in terms of, his delivery and his reading as well. So
excellent. Yeah.
So this is what we hope we would have, a little bit of family joy, some great literacy, but also being able to tackle some real world issues that impact the community. So we've got it all tonight, and that was the perfect cherry on a pie that Zuri would have baked.
I love that. That was absolutely wonderful. So before you go, I have to let you know, sweetie, that you are officially now a member of our literacy gang, okay? You are in our literacy gang, and our gang convenes around a love of culturally affirming literature, community, and love for one another. So that means that you are going to get this love. You can't escape this love. And anytime you want to come back up here, we're going to love on you if you want to be in the comment section. But you are in this game, and we are glad to have you, okay?
Okay.
All right. And one more thing we forgot to do. Let's real quickly, I'm going to run some of these comments. I'm going to do it real quick. I'm going to just grab a few, but I want you to hear all the love that you got. We can't let you go without hearing all this love, okay? So let's see. We have Miss Danelle here. She says, hey, little Miss Askew, she has her own book and did her own illustrations. Yes. And then Michael Francis, he said, 10-year-olds are killing the game today. Congrats on the book. Miss Danelle says, shame on the selfish dog. Following that story. Professor Q says, this is amazing. The book has illustrations too. 65240 says, selfish dog needs a whooping. We're glad he got himself together in the end. Miss Angela Walden says, excellent reading, writing, and illustrating. You are brilliant. Thank you for sharing your book. And then Miss Danelle says, there's nothing like a story with the moral. 10-year-olds rock. And we're going to grab a few more. Whoa. Okay, don't whoop selfish dog. Sounds like he learned his lesson.
You want to repair the dog.
Awesome, such a gifted and talented little writer. And your mom, is this your mom?
Yes, that's my beautiful mother.
All right. Glad she's up here. She says, good job, baby girl. And let's see what Miss Portia is saying. We gotta get the comment from our theme song creator. Great job, baby girl. Your writing skills are outstanding, amazing, impeccable, and a moral to the story as well, and a bunch of hand claps and hearts. So yeah, it's a lot. Oh, wait, but here's another funny one. Let's see. I gotta say this one. This was when Rodney made the comment about the mom. And Shania welcomes you to the literacy gang. And again, your mom says, whoop, whoop, look at my baby, Miss Tiffany, a lot of hearts. And Professor Q says, another inductee, literacy gang. Yes. And then Ms. Danelle says, you have officially been inducted into the literacy gang. Yes, way to go, princess. So creative. So all of that love is for you. All of that love is for you. So how are you feeling after you read your book?
Great.
Yes. Well, that was wonderful. Like you said, I think you summed it up very well, Rodney. Everything that has occurred tonight has just been powerful with our Virtual Village 2020 influencers on here hosting with us. Starting with my cousin Jay and his cousin Michael. They were powerhouses and love how they are doing that from Florida to Alabama, that he connected with him that way. And just seeing them reading together, powerful visuals. Then Shania, let me sit up straight again. All right, Shania here and gets us all together with her regalness and her poem that she wrote about what is going on. That was wonderful. And then we rounded up with are you the baby Askew?
Yeah.
Yes. So we got the baby Askew, but she is strong with it. Okay, she's like, I got something to say too. So the visuals of you reading at such a young age and writing a book and illustrating a book and what it was about. Thank you for rounding off this night in such a wonderful, wonderful way. And Portia says, CCIA brings the quality programming. Thank you, Star Armstrong and Rodney. Jordan never disappoints. Thank you for everything that you have contributed. Everybody in the comment sections, this is definitely, what am I about to say, Rodney? It's a what?
Family affair.
It's a family affair. We all make it work together, but we do appreciate that love, Portia. Thank you so much. And thank you for the love. Everybody that you are showing, the love that you are showing to our young people. Thank you so much, villagers. They feel that. We feel that. That's what keeps the heartbeat of this going. If you guys weren't there showing that love, then that heartbeat, that pulse of this thing wouldn't be there. So we appreciate you all. Influencers, do y'all want to take us out tonight? Did y'all have anything that you wanted to say?
Nope. I'm just very amazed at all the talent that I've seen today and all the love from today. I'm just my heart is so warm.
Trinity, I most definitely agree. Tonight has been a lot of fun with a lot of talent from the beautiful duality of our first two readers. And then Shania just hit us with a powerful poem. And then this other 10-year-old, she just hit us with a beautiful book with illustrations. And so I'm just proud of everyone. And I thank everyone in the comments for the love and support.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, ditto to all of that. And so everybody, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure that you share. And if you guys are interested in ordering a shirt so that you can rep this literacy gang, then you see scrolling across here, visit clevercommunities.org and go to shop. And you can order your t-shirt and rep the literacy gang and support our cause and our work. And with that said, again, we appreciate you all and y'all have a great night.
Look, mommy, community in action. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. But oh my, let us down to that. Creative, affirming, and culture for me too. Look, granny, let us down to that. Look, granny, let us down to that. Look, granny, let us down to that. Learning and exploring about history, you see. Look, mommy, let us down to that. We confident, we practice and develop fluency. Look, daddy, let us down to that. Families, they bond and they representing me. Look, granny, let us down to that. Look, MC, let us down to that. Nice, I see, let us down to that. So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while we represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down where they have to sit. So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while you represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down, yeah, they have to sit. Look, mommy, community in action. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Creative, affirming, culture for